Hey, welcome to another edition of Metro Babble. I'm inside Hayes SkyTrain Station, and if you're wondering which one, we're gonna be over here. Here's the clue. A little bit of Whitecaps love. So, it's a rainy day out here in Vancouver, but we're just walking about, and we're going to head over to one of the landmarks of Vancouver. So we're gonna head over to the Vancouver Public Library's Central Branch. So Public Library is just over my shoulder over there, and we're going to head over there, and I got a few books on the wall that I got to pick up, and I'm going to take the opportunity to explore the library, and I'm try to head up onto the roof, because I've heard good things about the roof up there. It's a little garden. It is rainy, so hopefully we can get up there and see something and get some filming in too. So let's go. It's been years since I've been in the public library, so let's go. Here at the central branch of the Vancouver Public Library. That's just the doors into the building just behind me. I'm masked at the moment. It was built in, or finished I should say, in 1994. I stand corrected. It opened in May 1995. I kept thinking it was 94. It was 1995. It was designed by architect Marsh Safdie. He was also known for his architecture in Montreal, like the UN Habitat, and also for what used to be the Center for Performing Arts across the way here. Was designed by architect Marsh Safdie. So we're going to head in. I'm going to grab my books, but I'm going to explore a little bit before I grab the books. So we're inside the atrium here. It is noticeably quiet even in this area right now. There used to be tables set out here. There's a pizza place over there. There used to be a Flying Wedge. Looks like there's a Blends now. But very quiet in here. It is a library building, but it used to be more active on this side here. But hear that echo. By the way, there is a store for the library. Proceeds go from these sales to projects and collections of the Vancouver Public Library. It's the Bookmark. It has a collection of interesting books and also little Vancouver paraphernalia, postcards, a lot of made in BC stuff. So if you're looking for something unique that is Vancouver, I would recommend coming down here to Bookmark, buy something and support the library. So this is the library directory. We're here at the main entrance, but I do want to go up. We're going to bypass all of the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, number 9. Floor 9 is our destination for today, and then we'll make our way down. So let's try to hit the Rooftop Garden. Just got to hit the elevator. So this is my first time up here. There's the automatic door, but doesn't work the normal way the automatic door does. So that's not setting it off. There's a switch off here to the side. Wave here to open doors. So let's do the magic. La la. Woo. Okay, this is my first time up here. I can see that we're here on the rooftop. It is rainy, so I'm just going to stay in under the awning for a bit here as I stand here, but I'm just going to pan and just take a look around. So obviously on a nice summer day you could kind of hang out here. I don't know if this was any good during the heat dome, but I'll tell you, it's always nice to have an amenity. This is a nice civic amenity here in Vancouver. Definitely as you walk around here in the central branch of the public library, you'll notice that there are columns, and it's very reminiscent of Roman columns, because that's really the inspiration for this building. And the competition in the early 90s to build this central branch, Marsh Safdie came up with this concept of creating this Roman type columns here. So really it's sometimes, you know, it's kind of a Colosseum type library. Although, you know, I'm walking right here underneath the columns here on the outside on the rooftop garden, but this language, this design language is also found inside the library. And we'll walk around downstairs, but I really wanted to hit the rooftop first here. So if you are ever traveling in Vancouver, you're just visiting and you want to see something different and you're on kind of a budget, then coming into the central branch of Vancouver Public Library makes a lot of sense because you're seeing a neat piece of architecture. It's free to come in here. You don't need a library card. You could just walk in here. I just came up here to the 9th floor, push of the button, and then here I am. And you get good views of the city. So it's not like up on top of a tower, but you know, 9 stories up is a pretty good view of the city. So here we are on the 8th floor. Exhibitions, library administration, reading room, snack lounge, and theater. Now, definitely no snack lounge during COVID times. So one thing I didn't realize about the library is it actually has a lot of artwork up, and there's some photography here. Big names locally like Roy Arden, Stan Douglas, Ian Wallace. These are names I've heard before here. And there's a whole wall of that artwork here. They even have some of the sketches of the original design back in the 90s. Shows the original design of the rooftop garden there. Wonder how much of it has changed over the years. I believe Cornelia Oberlander, who just recently passed away, had a hand in designing this rooftop garden. So it's a neat amenity for the city of Vancouver, even in the rain upstairs. BPL stamps. This is definitely the logo that I grew up with as a kid. And so there's a few of them here. I don't know. Could you actually get recipes here at the library? There's a recipe for Puerto Rican rum Texas Twister. Go figure. There's more art here, more photography. This is by Henry Sang, but it reminds me of Edward Burtynsky kind of work. Hey, here's another neat piece of Vancouver history, Woodwards. There's the old Woodwards building. Some of its heyday. The story of the Woodwards redevelopment. Now there's another video in the making there we could go. Don't see a $1.49 day catalog here, but I'm sure it's hiding somewhere. Also, it is Orange Shirt Day tomorrow. Filming this on the 29th. The Truth and Reconciliation Day. I really wish that it was more than just a holiday. I think one way someone I know put it is that why couldn't we pay for all the waterworks to make sure that there was clean water on all the reserves rather than declaring a national holiday? That probably would have been more practical. This might not be a big deal for most people, but I think there are actually paid lockers here. It's something I've seen commonly in Japan, but it's not very common in Vancouver, and sometimes I just want to stash something away and grab it later. So if you needed to put something away somewhere, there's the paid lockers here at the 7th floor at the Central Branch. So we've got compact shelving here on the 6th floor. Not for public use, but it's really for staff to access. But this definitely helps to fit more stuff into the library. If you need assistance in grabbing something there, then you can ask a staff member to help you access it. if you didn't know, in the Inspiration Lab on the 3rd floor at the Vancouver Public Library, there's actually a lot of software that you can use. There's audio editing software, things like Premiere Pro, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign. I've come here actually to try to use InDesign because it kind of beats paying for the subscription. But if you don't have a subscription, you can come here and grab, log in with your BPL account and have access to these great paid software. So creation software if you're on a huge budget, because a lot of us can't afford the monthly subscriptions to these things. Did you also know that there are recording studios here at the Inspiration Lab? So you could create your own podcast in here, and so there's a studio for you to do that. Just gotta work out with staff and book a time and come in here. Did you also know that you can borrow musical instruments here at the Vancouver Public Library, particularly the Central Branch? There's a musical instrument lending library, so borrow violin, guitar, keyboard, or ukulele, and it's free with your library card. Or maybe you're more of a harp person, so come and borrow a harp. How many times could you borrow a harp, go on YouTube, and learn to play the harp? There you go. Yeah, and this is the main reason why I came down here to the library, is to actually pick up these books. So I'm going to check them out. This will help give me some fodder for more videos and some extra reading. By the way, John Atkin, great person to have a walking tour with. Knows a lot about the city, so if you ever get a chance, have a tour of John Atkin. You can look in the Vancouver Heritage Foundation, and probably there are some tours that you can join John on. By the way, the self-checkout at Vancouver Public Library and all the libraries here now are super fun. So you just have to load up your card down here, enter said PIN, and you place all your items on the scan bin. But I have 3 books, so we just go 1, 2, 3. It's all there. Easy as that. I love it. Looks like I had to come back here on a different day to get some more shots because I didn't get much of the outside. So here we are on the outside. We're at the corner of Homer and Georgia. That's one of the entrances into the atrium over there behind me. I've got a little bit of Library Square Public House behind me. There's some seating over there. And then this little thing here is the new building going up. It's going to be washed out there. But let's go over this way. And actually, I'm going to walk over this side. And behind me there, that's the old Canada Post building. And that's going to be the new Amazon headquarters. And look how tall that is going to get. Now, that's a bit washed out there. You can't see it, but that's going to be the new Amazon Vancouver offices there. So here we are. Construction going on in this area. We're just going to walk through the columns here. Just walking along the Homer Street side of things, you can see that it's very much these Roman columns, just like this whole design language is throughout this building here. The little study areas, the upstairs public garden on the rooftop here. So across the street on Homer, there's the center. It was the Center for Performing Arts, opened out to Showboat way back in the mid-90s. And it went through a lot of financial turmoil during the time. So it's now a church. It went through trying to be a center for performing arts, but it's now become a church. It's the Westside Church. It still has the center name up there. It does have the cross over there on the other side here, so we can walk over there. So here on the corner of Homer and Robson, this is probably the more iconic entrance to the Central Branch. People walking here from Robson Street after doing some shopping, come here, come to the library, grab their stuff. A little more animated on this side, but this is the Robson and Homer corner. I don't know when this square got sponsored, but it's the Delaware Square. I'm coming back in a public library. I've got a weird fine I've got to take a look at where I put a book on hold and they canceled the hold, and then they fined me a week or two later to say that I didn't pick up my book. So I need to figure out what that is. So I'm gonna mask up and go back into the library. If you like these videos on Metro Babble, please hit that like button, hit the share, subscribe if you want. I would always appreciate it, always honored and humbled, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Ooh, look at this. Wave your hand. Does this work still today? Oh, it's working today. There we go.